Hey everybody, glad you're here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Keith Gary. I taught here for 4 semesters. We're at the Fire Station Studios in San Marcos, Texas. And I'm starting a video series with the intention of bringing old school studio techniques to the home recording environment. I love talking about gear. I love geeking out about tubes versus non-tubes, compression schemes, microphones. There's a lot of esoteric knowledge that I love to talk about. But you have to know how to pick the right mic and put it in the right spot. And that's my intention for today, is to teach people how to really make intentional decisions on the very first steps of recording music. So our first artist that we have today is Miss Abra from Austin, Texas, who we love. And I also want to thank Rupert, Neve Designs and SE Microphones for providing all of the gear that we're going to be using today. Very, very generous, and we're in a gorgeous space. So very, very happy to be here. Who knows the most important thing about capturing a sound? Anybody? Guess. Nathan, what's the most important thing about capturing a sound?
Picking the right mic.
No. Liam?
Level.
No.
Picking the right
Tommy?
space.
Close. That's the third most important thing. Jamie? Okay, I'm going to tell you the 3 most important things to capturing a sound. Number 1 is the artist and their performance. What's the second thing? What's she holding? The instrument that the artist is playing. Will a great mic and a great mic pre on pristinely calibrated pieces of tape through vintage gear make a bad performer playing badly sound good? No, you're going to hear more clearly how terrible it is. The 3 most important things about a sound are the artist and their performance, the instrument that they're playing, and what's the third thing? Someone said it.
Space.
The room they're in. So when you can get those 3 things right, that's before you ever pick up a microphone, right? If you can get those 3 things right, you're going to have a much better shot at getting a good recording. And these are the things that I learned the hard way over 20 years of doing this. And I want to help people out recording at home get better sounds, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is ask Abra to play the song that I'm about to record in the room that I'm going to record it in. Pretend the mics aren't even there yet. Great. Pause for a moment. Is she playing loud or is she playing soft? Soft. Is she singing loud or is she singing soft? Okay. I want to talk to you about microphones. There's 3 major kinds. Does anyone know what they are? Anybody? Dynamic, ribbon, condenser. What am I going to choose for this? Why condenser? That's the right answer. Why?
Because it's able to capture a smaller sound more accurately.
Good. I'm going to say it this way. Think of a condenser as a really high resolution camera, okay? Picks up a lot of detail, really crystal clear, especially on low level sources, things that are quiet, you get a lot of detail. When you have something really smacking hard, like a drum, you see dynamic mics on a drum kit all the time, right? Because they can take a lot of pressure coming in, and you don't want to overload the capsule of a condenser. But low-level detail things, condensers are always the way to go. So remember that. Let the source dictate your mic selection. Don't ever say, oh, well, I saw this Grammy-winning engineer, and he records guitar vocals this way. If she was playing a different song really loud with a pick, I'd pick a completely different mic setup. So always be willing to change. Be a chameleon. Use these guys. Use your ears to tell you what to do. So I just made my decision. She sounds lovely in the room. I don't hear any bad reflections coming back at me. She's a great artist with a great performer holding a good instrument. So those first 3 things are solid. So the next thing I'm going to do is, these are microphones, okay? So I'm going to find a spot with my ear that I want to hear. With a microphone, I'm going to mark it. And that's where the mic goes, okay? Okay, now, I just marked it with my ear. I usually have a go-to spot that's right there, but I always close my eyes and double check myself in case I'm wrong. The other thing I want to talk about is pickup pattern. We're going to record simultaneous live acoustic guitar vocals. What are some issues that you run into when you record that way? Bleed. What is bleed?
It's like the vocal track getting in the guitar mic.
Correct. Correct. Mainly, it's like when you have a vocal mic up front and a guitar mic right here, the distance between the two is not the same, which creates phasing problems, right? The sound wave hits this capsule at a different time than it hits this one, and they're not coherent. I selected this microphone specifically because it's multi-pattern pickup. This is an SE4400, and it goes between omni, cardioid, hypercardioid, and figure 8. But what I'm going for is figure 8. What does figure 8 mean?
It records on both sides.
It records from the front and the back, but the other thing it does is it extremely rejects. It has an extreme null point. So it records from this side, it records from this side, but it almost goes completely away when you use the side address. So I'm going to aim this at her mouth. So I want guitar on this mic, not vocal, and figure 8's going to help me get there. If it's too roomy, because it's picking up from the front and the back, there's too much room sound coming from here, how could I mitigate that?
Put something behind the mic.
What behind the mic? A gobo, a reflection filter. If you're, I'm in a big open room. When you're recording at home, you won't be. You'll have some sheetrock spitting some sound back at you, especially if it's louder. So put some foam to kill the backside, but you still want that null point. And you'll be amazed at how little vocal there is on this microphone. So I found my spot, which was about right here. And I'm going to tilt the mic to where this is pointed at her mouth. Now, I like to record a stereo guitar. There's this one gets the really nice picky crystalline stuff, and one down here gets the wood and the resonance of the guitar, and I like to pan them like in a V, like at about 50 and 50. This guy's in cardioid. Cardioid means it's like a flashlight, right? It picks up what you're shining it at, and it rejects from the back side. So again, please play Abra. So yeah, and you want them to be about the same distance from the sound hole. Why? Phase coherence, yes. So I've got this guy turned upside down. I'm going to double check. We're in cardioid. Yes, we are. It has no pad. It has no high pass filter. It's just flat right there. They're about the same distance. Now I'm going to go for the vocal. Was she singing loud or was she singing soft? Do I want intimate detail or do I want far away air? I want intimate detail. The performer's comfort level is always the most important thing, because the more comfortable they are, the better performance they're going to give you. And the performance is the most important thing about a sound, right? So if they want to, put headphones on and let them sing in the mic and experiment with distance and access and let them get to a comfortable spot. Come to a decision together, you know? But I know I'm going to want this pretty close, so I'm going to scoot it in closer. And up just a little bit. I'm aware. This is cardioid. This is a beautiful tube microphone from SE. Thank you very much. This is going to get some guitar bleed on it, and I'm totally okay with that, because the ratio of the guitar to the vocals is going to be very manageable, and there's a beautiful phase coherent thing that happens between the guitar and the vocal on this mic. These guys are going to not have vocal on them and just be a support on the left and right side that I can just bring up. So I'm recording through the URRT, which Rupert Neve Designs paired with Steinberg. It's a new 4-channel audio interface. And I'm recording flat. So this is a home recording system. This is what someone would have in their bedroom. I do have a fancy mic on the vocal, but these are affordable SE microphones on the guitars. This is an affordable home setup. So we're going to get some great sounds this way. So I'm going to record a song with Abra with this setup. I'm going to be on headphones, and then I'll play it back for you guys on the loudspeakers when we're done. Now, I'm an old school guy. I like to leave my faders flat at 0 and then adjust the mic pre to get the blend I want. Faders flat at 0 like you're coming off a tape machine. Get the sound you want where you want it. The old methodology was any engineer could get your reel of tape, put it up on the console, turn the faders up to 0, and have a pretty accurate representation of what you meant to do. So I still record that way. Do it your way.
you're around. It's such a beautiful sound. I'm watching the lightning fill up your face. I'm watching the lightning jump and play. I'm watching the lightning come crashing down. I'm watching the lightning before the sound. I think it's time. Came whispering from behind. When you're around, I can hear such a beautiful sound. Singing.
I'm going to loop a section with guitar and vocal.
I'm watching the lightning fill up your face.
So that's the guitar mic that was by her voice. There's hardly any vocal on that. That's how powerful figure 8 is, all right? Here's the bottom mic. There's more vocal on the bottom mic than there is on the top one. But that's going to be very phase coherent, very manageable. And here's what the vocal mic is getting with the guitar bleed on it.
Watching the lightning come crashing down.
So I knew that bleed was going to be there,
Before
but it's very phase coherent and a lovely sound, and the stereo guitar is going to support it around it, okay?
your face.
So here's everything at flat and 0.
Jump and play. I'm watching the lightning come crashing down. I'm watching the lightning before the sound.
So that sounds very balanced to me, like a pretty close representation of a guitar and singer. I do record with compression and EQ on the way in, but if you don't have it available, what I'm trying to get across is you can get a really great sound with minimized bleed and phase coherence in a home recording setup. Any questions, comments, anything? Yeah, Liam.
Are you using the cardioid on the bottom mic to serve as like an example, or is there a purpose?
Well, I like it pointed at the sound hole, again, for the phase coherency of the fingers hitting the strings. So there's not a way for me to use a null point in figure 8 to get rid of the vocal and put the mic the way I want it. So cardioid's my best option there. The vocal would be a huge problem on that mic on top because it's so close. So that's where the figure 8 really comes into play. Any other questions? Cool. I hope that was a good experience for everybody. It was for me.